All right, so we are pretty much done and dusted here at the hotel. It's checkout time. They actually had me checking out yesterday, which was the last day of classes, and my contract didn't expire until then either. So I don't know how they kind of figured that was going to work. But anyway, asked the hotel if I could stay another day, and they said, of course. I actually told them checkout date is wrong, and they booked in for another day. But we are done and dusted with the semester. Say goodbye to the students the other day. Actually spent the majority of yesterday giving out gifts to the Bao An. I gave gifts to the HR and then also to some of the students who were that I saw who were exemplary throughout the semester. And yesterday we sort of had an informal class, and I said if anyone wants to show up, we can practice your IELTS tests and things like that. So that was pretty good to spend some time with the students, just talking, like just back and forth, not in sort of a formal, here, write this essay style type of class. So do have a bunch of stuff I got to move. Was debating how much of this stuff I actually want to take with me. And it's all these little things that you kind of accumulate over time. You could do without it, but at the same time you're going, you're going to have to buy it again anyway. And although I was going to take the subway to get back, now I might just call a cab, which is 100 renminbi or so, $20 Canadian. And I guess if you threw the stuff out, it would cost you 100 renminbi to replace it. So may as well just keep it and pay the cab, right? All right. So I got to call them and say, 能不能给我一个帮一个忙搬家吗? Send someone to help me move all my stuff. So we'll get this going and move on out. Hi, 你好，可以给我帮一忙搬家吗？现在我离开，对，所以 check out 现在。对，需要。谢谢。And there we go. So what are some of the thoughts I have on the semester so far? It's been, the students were asking me, like, are you going to be coming back to teach us next semester? And I was like, no. They didn't renew my contract, and I wasn't seeking a renewal either. But in saying that, I did express to the students, I'm like, honestly, this course should have been automated. I've talked a lot about this over the last year. A bit of a disappointment, to tell you the truth, just how, I guess, dated the course actually was. And I don't think it's any fault of, like, it's not the students' fault for using ChatGPT. They're just using the tools that are available to them. And even with the university in planning the course, this last year, starting in 2024, was the restart of in-person teaching. So up until September 2024, it was all online. And you could tell that this course was made to be done online. But in saying that, after coming back to the classroom after an 8-year absence, it's I was a little bit surprised that the course wasn't a little bit more modern. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. And even I was talking to another colleague, and he was like, if I went back to teaching, I wouldn't expect anything to have changed. I guess maybe I should have tempered my expectations a little bit. All that being said, there has been some cool stuff that's happened in the world lately with the AI and the technology that's developed. And I mean, I can't help but wonder, like, why is it not being utilized more often in the academic setting? Or maybe I'm missing something, and this course will change and evolve, not just to meet the students' needs, but then also to incorporate some of the more modern tech that is going on, such as the AI, the ChatGPTs, the DeepSeek, and things like that. So overall, not disappointed, but certainly surprised at how not developed the course was. But at the same time, I appreciate the fact that even the people who were coordinating the course may have been sort of struggling to keep up with all the changes that have happened over the last couple of years. Not just getting back into in-person teaching with all the visa issues that can happen there, but then also the technological development that only appeared in the last 2 years. It does kind of make me wonder, when I was saying that the students were using DeepSeek or Doubao and ChatGPT, and they're like, well, you should stop that. I'm going, if this is the first time that the class has been taught in person, I highly suspect that this is what they were doing up until this point, to tell you the truth. Like, I'm just telling you what's happening. The teachers before, the teachers during COVID, would have no way to know other than looking at it and kind of going, hey, maybe they're using ChatGPT. There we go. Hi, ni hao. Ni hao. What's going on here? Some sort of conference, an AI plus conference. Cameras, microphones, girls in dresses, and everything. And just like that, we're out. That's what work travel is. Living the expat life, especially if you are sort of temporary or on a contract basis. You go live in a hotel for even a few weeks or a month, and then you pick up and you leave and you're gone. You're off to the airport. The hotel staff continues to do their job and you're on your way. Neat, but at the same time, a little tear-jerking, isn't it? I don't know if we're going to pass by the Beijing Meigui Yuan, but that's over there. This is the building, or the set of mansions that I've talked about before on the channel. All the multi-million-dollar houses on the outskirts of Beijing and Chongqing district. I think I've showed you guys quite a few times. I've never been in there. The Baoan didn't seem to be too receptive of me going in there. I wonder why. But as the semester ends, as I was saying before, I was a little bit disappointed in just how the course was structured. And again, I have to emphasize that I don't think it was their fault. I think they were unprepared for the ubiquity of ChatGPT and AI agents in use in the classroom. I've talked about this before in other videos and in my my podcast as well, where there's always been an ability to buy essays online. This is nothing new, and there are going to be students who want to do it on their own, and there are going to be students who want to take the easy route, and I don't blame them. I mean, I never bought an essay when I was in university, but I understand if it's easy and it helps you get through, if not just the day, then the semester, and the issues of being a high-pressured student, then yeah, I can see why they would take that way out. 10 years ago when I started in China, I mean, if they weren't buying essays, they could simply download them from Zhihu, which is like a Quora-like forum or Quora-like website here in China. So nothing new at all in terms of getting essays from other places. What's new is just how fast and how customizable they are, thanks to the development of DeepSeek, ChatGPT, Doubao, etc. So again, not really blaming the students for it, but I am looking at it going, well, if that's the case where ChatGPT has made the structure of the essay so easy to do, then the first year of essay preparation could be taken out and could be made into like an optional, sorry, not even optional, a mandatory video course. Let them watch the videos on their own with Chinese subtitles, taking screenshots and translating and everything, whatever. But then start the course at semester 1.5 or semester 4 or 5 rather than at semester 1. And that way there is a little bit more of a need to be aware of logic, of content structure. And you might say, well, how else are they going to learn it? Again, hey, if they have these tools available and if the university can create these things, like if they can plug all of this information into these large language models and have it do it on its own, you don't need someone standing up there telling them, get off your phone and focus and participate in class. The participation should start with the logical arguments year 1.5 rather than the first or second semesters. Anyway, here we go, looking outside. In the outskirts of Beijing, Chongqing district, Shahe district, been living out here for the last year. A little bit surprised I have stayed for so long. It's very peaceful out here compared to like where I normally live in Shuangjing district. Shuangjing district, it's always moving along, except during like National Day or Chunjie or Spring Festival. Chongqing, very, very quiet, except for the airplanes, because nearby, not only do I live near, or I lived near the Beikang, so it's a Beijing Aviation Space and Aviation University, I think, something along those lines. I've been living there for like the last year. Why don't I know this? But living near the Beijing Aviation University, there is, I'm not sure if it's a military airport or if it's just another airport where they fly the planes out of, and it's meant to help train the students to fly airplanes as well. And they were buzzing above the entire semester, the entire time that I was here. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Enjoy this ride back, the last journey from Chongqing to the Shuangjing. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, any concerns about living and working in China or living and working overseas, do get in touch. You can drop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. And not only that, what do you think? Like in terms of AI usage, how should it be incorporated in the classroom, in the modern classroom these days, especially in language classes? Should they be allowed? Should it not be allowed? Should it be one of these things where you have to do the policing in the classroom, or else the human aspect of the logic isn't going to be there, if that makes sense? Is that that was a Rolls Royce in front of us. I need to ask you, how's that going to happen? How are you going to enforce a rule that you can't tell, especially if the students are working on their computers? To me, it seemed like a losing gambit, just a uphill battle. I'd rather embrace the technology, if not just let them use it, then in some way incorporate it into the course and into the structure, rather than trying to avoid it and ignore that it's so present and ubiquitous these days. Let me know. I'd be interested in getting your thoughts on it. I'm out of the university classroom for now, for the next little bit. If anything, back to Canada and possibly even working online. All right, folks, thanks very much for watching. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up, as it tells the YouTube algorithm I'm doing something correct. And by all means, follow for more as the next adventure begins. Yes, right now. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.